Hey YouTube, I got a 2011 Kia Sorento 3.5. It's leaking oil all over the ground, outside or wherever. The oil light is on. I'm gonna do a quick, I already took everything apart. I just kind of laid it in there. Just give a brief description on how to take it apart. A couple tools you're gonna need: 3/8 ratchet, a couple extensions, 3/8, some pliers, 10 millimeter, uh, a a T40 Torx bit. What else? A 14 3/8 socket, a half-inch socket. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing you do is pull this cover off. Get that off. All right, get that out the way. Thing to focus again. Next thing you do is you have a 10 millimeter right here. Separate the box from the air filter. You have another one right over here. You take that off. Then you have a little air hose right here. So you take that one off. You pull that stuff out the way. Oops, sorry. You got one more right here. Sorry about that. One right there. All right. You pull that. I just kind of threw it up over there just to get it out the way. I got this other light. Let me shut this other light off. It's giving me the blues. Okay. So after you do that, let's get back to focus. All right. So then you have a couple 10 millimeter bolts right here. This one right here. This one right here. You can take this one right here. So you loosen all those, right? And then you have a bunch of different kind of connectors. You have the injectors connectors, which are right here. You get those done. You pull those off. All right. Then you have the coil pack connector. Some of them may have these little funny clips on it. So, you pull that little clip out. You have to, I don't know, use a screwdriver or whatever. You push down on the back side of it and you pull it out. So you get all those out the way. Like I said, I already had this stuff kind of undone. I just laid it in there just to try to help someone out real quick. Another little sensor right there. Boom, get that one connected. Same thing. Sometimes you got to pull on the clips and pull them, separate them. All right there. Another one right there. Another one right there. This is another telltale sign if you have a bad oil pressure sensor. When I disconnect this one, this is my first job doing this. When you disconnect this one, I don't know, it's only a single wire, one pin. You will notice that there's actually oil inside of these. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's oil inside and it kind of just dripped out of it. I guess what happens, it follows the wire all the way up and it kind of leaks through there. So you get that one disconnected. Let's see if I can find another one. Get a better look at it. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys can kind of see that. You know, when you wipe it, you can see, yeah. Anyway, that's where this connector, which one? This one goes all the way down to the oil pressure sensor or whatever. So you get that one undone. Undo that one. You got one back here. You got another one back here. These ones are kind of cool because these are color coded, so you can't really mess those up. Most of these connectors, they only go on one way. You can't really, get them all mixed up. And if you're kind of scared, use fingernail polish, use a marker, and start putting numbers or letters on them. That way you know which connector goes back to which. Got one back here. This little. Get that one undone. All right, another one right here. That one undone. Another one right here. That one undone. Of course, you got another one right here. Get that one undone. You got some more connectors. Let's see if we get the light right. Right here. Another one right here. Get that one done. And then after I got all those ones disconnected, I just kind of took the wiring harness and, folded it back out the way. Get it all moved back out the way and make sure everything is disconnected. Then you have these bolts right here in these holes. These are 10 millimeter bolts. So this is for the upper manifold. So you take these 3 off. You have another 2 up here. Let's get these out of here. So you pull those off. Set these over to the side for a second. All right, and once you get those off, there is another, my light again, sorry guys. There is another bolt way back under here. And it kind of holds the manifold, you know, to a little bracket, but it's right up under here. Jeez, if I can get some better light, maybe I could show you guys. Yeah, but it's right back. You guys get what I'm saying. It's right back up under here. And that would be that's a 14 millimeter right back over there. And then on the other side over here, you have another, what is it? This one, I think this one over here is a 12. It kind of holds the throttle body to another bracket down there. But that back there is a 12 millimeter socket. And then you have some other connectors, like I said, some vacuum lines. It goes here. Which this one is sitting right here, but it goes up there. So one's right there, and it connects over to here. And then you have a bunch of different heater hoses. Jesus, light is killing me. Let's see if I can get some light for you guys. This light is, it's not working out good for me. Oh, that's a lot better. If it can stay right there, it'd be great. Most likely it won't though, so bear with me. So like I said, you got a couple of heater hoses that are down up under here. Grab something. So you got 2 small ones that are up under here, and coolant runs through them. You know, so you have to disconnect those and kind of be patient with it too. You know, because if you just start ripping stuff apart, you're gonna do nothing but break pieces. You end up getting a manifold and heater hoses and all kind of other crap. You also have the fuel line. Fuel line is right here. It goes onto there. You got 2 10 millimeter bolts right there. You disconnect that. Once you get that stuff disconnected, oh, one more thing. You have another right here. There goes my light issue again. Back here, there should be like a little harness back here. You disconnect that. That's another 10 millimeter back here. Once you get that done, you can go ahead and pull it up, and let's see if I can get it up out of here. Got a hose off there. Yep. So get this thing out of the way. Let's get this thing out of here. We'll set that to the side. All right. And then after you get that off, you have a 1/2 inch right down in here. Here goes where your T40 will come into play. There's one right there, another T20 right, or T40 right there. This other end over here, there will be another 1/2 inch. In this whole back row, there should be about 3 or 4. Actually, there's 4 of them. That's also a T40. So you get that off, and then what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to knock on it a little bit. Just don't, because it's really glued down, you know, to the bottom of the I don't know if you want to call that the bottom of the manifold or whatever, but it's really glued down. So don't, you know, start just manhandling it, because something's gonna break. I mean, this stuff is plastic. You don't want to break it. You don't want to start yanking on this part and break the injector off inside there, and you gotta go buy that. You don't want to grab a pry bar and start, you know, trying to, you know, like I say, manhandle it. You know, get a rubber mallet. Whatever you can do, just be gentle with it. Like I said, or else you're gonna break it. And once you get that off, hopefully, you know, things should just pull up out of there. Set that thing to the side. All right. Gas is probably gonna leak out of it also. And then what you'll see is oil. all down in here. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. But that's where the oil, here goes the oil pressure sensor right here. It's running down the valley. End up kind of by the transmission. It falls right between the transmission and the engine. And you would think that it's, you know, that it's your rear main seal, you know, or whatever you want to call it. You would think it's that's actually leaking, and it's not. You know, it's also a good time, if you guys want, start changing your spark plugs or your coil packs. Just because you done got all this stuff off, what's the use of spending, you know, 45 minutes to an hour getting this stuff off and not changing the spark plugs or the coil pack or whatever you need done. You know, clean all this stuff off. Probably put some rags in between here. That way nothing falls into your valve, whatever. You don't want that to fall